Coming up on Mountain News this morning, how filling up your gas tank, well, it's going to cost you some more. And we take you to Pike County, where leaders gather to talk about ways to keep you and your family healthy.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
6:01 here on your Tuesday morning. I'm Dakota Makris, and yeah, like I said, it's Tuesday and it's a bit chilly out there. Let's take it over to Brandon for a look at our forecast this morning. And Brandon, you've been everywhere this morning, buddy.
I tell you,
you've been everywhere, but I feel like present. You know, you're like, Dakota, I gotta do this, I gotta do that.
I'm running all over
the place.
And I'm
trying to help. I'm trying to help you
I know
guys.
you
I'm
are.
over
I
here.
appreciate your help, but it's been one of those mornings. I got a late start.
Yeah.
Got an early morning wake up call I wasn't expecting. So we're.
It's one of those things, like, you know, you do it in a routine. So if someone else tries to help you,
exactly.
it makes you even more behind because you're trying to tell them.
Steve didn't call me too early, but he called me earlier enough. So
I just ignore his phone calls. You should start doing that.
There you go. All right, let's get into the forecast this morning. We are looking at some fog across parts of the region. I believe that includes Lake Cumberland down there in Pulaski County. Thanks to Spida for the access to this camera down there. It looks a little bit foggy this morning. I think you're going to see some of that region-wide. Temperatures 19 in Jonesville to 30 in Prestonsburg and Logan this morning. A lot of low to mid to upper 20s out there to start your day. So a little extra to max warming needed on your coffee meter. Give yourself time to scrape those cars off or warm them up this morning because there is frost. If you're going to grab a little bite of something to eat heading out the door this morning, like a donut, well, you're going to see the forecast is going to be very nice as we head deeper in the day. Sunshine, temperatures top out near 50. It's going to be a gorgeous day. Enjoy it. It's not going to last. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, filling up is once again costing you a lot more. Last week, prices in some parts of Kentucky jumped more than 27 cents in 1 week. Prices are now back above $3 a gallon in many locations. Our Phil Pendleton talked to drivers in Laurel County about what they are seeing.
Jerry Rice had an important trip to make Monday morning. Driving, though, was his only option.
You got to have it, so you just got to keep paying it. I mean, it's kind of stinks, but you do have to pay it, you know. You got to go places. I'm going to go see my wife in the hospital right now, so I got to get there.
He and others were paying $3.19 a gallon Monday. It was almost 30 cents cheaper just a week ago in most places. Experts say prices may keep rising, and people fear a repeat of last summer when prices hovered around $5 a gallon.
Well, I'm going to get on my motorcycle, and it's going to be a little cheaper, that's for sure.
As we get through the winter and really away from winter, closer to spring and summer, gas experts do not expect the situation to get any better. They say that the experience for drivers at the pump is likely going to get worse. Prices jumped 27 cents in a week and are 41 cents higher than about a month ago, but it could be worse. It's a lot more expensive in some places.
You guys are giving it away. We're $4.89.
He says it was more than $7 a gallon in San Diego last year, but it did go down. National experts say the recent hikes are tied to refinery challenges and global supply and demand issues. In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Right now, the national average is about $3.42 a gallon, with the Kentucky average about $3.16 a gallon. Well, tax experts say you should go ahead and start thinking about your taxes now. Monday was the first day to file, and officials say doing that sooner could be better in the long run. Dana Overhaul is a CPA in Richmond. He says that getting the groundwork done now can help release some stress towards the filing deadline, especially if you end up having questions. He added that this year there could be a number of people asking the same question: what happened to my refund?
People should absolutely expect smaller refunds this year, and it's going to hit mostly the American families. What was considered the enhanced child tax credit has been reduced. Last year, that credit was for children under 6. It was $3,600 per child under 6. This tax season, it reversed back to $2,000 per child.
Overall says that there weren't many changes to tax codes, but the amount of deductions you can apply for got significantly cut. Overall says to account for pandemic stimulus credits not being on this year's returns and the reduction in child care tax credits. In other news, Casey Bird was in court Monday in Laurel County. Bird is accused of killing London police officer Logan Medlock in October. Officers say Bird was drunk when he crashed his car into Medlock's cruiser. Well, the judge scheduled another pretrial hearing for Bird on February 27th. He is in jail on a $1 million bond. 2 people are facing charges in what police are calling an organized crime case in southern Kentucky on Thursday. Monticello Police Department officers served a search warrant at a home on Branch Road. Officers say they found, quote, numerous stolen items. 47-year-old Stella Bates was arrested and charged with engaging in organized crime. On Friday, 26-year-old Donovan Justice was arrested on the same charge, plus receiving stolen property and possession of drug paraphernalia charges. Officials say more arrests are pending in the case. Well, 2 people are facing charges following a child's trip to the emergency room in Harlan County last week. On Thursday, an EMS crew brought a child from the Kenvere community to Harlan ARH. Harlan County Sheriff Chris Brewer told us it appears the child had been malnourished, so deputies went with social services to do a home visit. When they arrived, they found and recovered suspected meth and other controlled substances. Well, the couple, who were not identified because an underage girl is involved in the case, well, they're facing several charges, including several counts of possession of a controlled substance. Well, since the summer launch of the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, the new 3-digit number has seen a significant increase in call volume. Well, that's according to the latest data. Mandy Gaither has a look at the numbers and why some people believe the new lifeline is transforming the crisis care system.
In 6 months, 3 numbers have connected millions of people to more than 200 call centers, the majority being answered in under a minute.
The average speed to answer year over year was about 3 minutes in 2021. It's now 44 seconds in December of 2022.
Since the transition to the easier to remember 988, more than 300,000 calls, texts, and chats have come in each month. The latest data shows calls answered increased by 48%, comparing December 2022 to the same month in 2021. Chats answered also increased by 263%, and texts answered increased by more than 1,400%.
There's been tremendous national dialogue, conversation, discussion about 988, about suicidal crises, mental health crises.
Health experts believe that's helped to reduce stigma and encouraged people to seek help. The Lifeline has also seen a lot of demand for a pilot program being tested that's aimed at the LGBTQ+ community, where youth have the option of being connected with counselors specially trained in inclusive crisis care.
Good morning, 988. How can I help you?
There has been a lot of demand and a lot of utilization of that service. Which really speaks to what we've known all along, that there is a huge need in that population for access to care.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The 988 Lifeline already has a Spanish-speaking subnetwork for people who call in, but this year there are plans to add Spanish access to care through chats and text as well. There's also a pilot being tested with care specifically aimed at connecting with American Indian and Alaska Natives. Well, the Pike County Health Department hosted its second Community Health Forum on Monday, inviting people with investments in the region to discuss their health care concerns. The luncheon, hosted at the Appalachian Wireless Arena, gave a space to let people discuss the issues they feel are most pressing to health care in Pike County. Public Health Director Tammy Riley says it was about collaborating with people outside of the medical realm.
It's important to get different perspectives on where our issues are, not just something coming from the hospitals or from private primary care providers or from public health. We want everyone's input and direction.
Riley says the outcome of the program, called Pike's Ride, will drive the focus of public health for the next 5 years.
6:10 here on this Tuesday morning. We continue to see a little bit of snow up on top of Whitesburg Pine Mountain this morning, but otherwise not too much going on. Roads in pretty good shape. It's just cold out there. Temperatures teens, 20s, low 30s out there. Trying to hang on in Prestonsburg and Logan this morning. And again, low 20s out toward Clintwood, Wise, Jacksboro, Manchester, London. They're all dropping. Irvin in the mid-20s this morning, low 20s. So continue to watch out for that. Temperatures from this time yesterday, double digits colder in some areas in the south. Everybody a few degrees colder this morning. As we take a look at the forecast, we are going to be seeing temperatures top out in the upper 40s a little bit later on this afternoon. Sunshine. It's going to be a beautiful day, so get out there and enjoy it. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. At 6:11 when we come back, what one mother would like to see more of in reports of products that are being recalled due to safety concerns.